Good morning, and welcome to the Women's Coffee Club. Thank you, you guys, for being here this morning. Um, we created this club to provide a safe space for women to share and inspire each other. And this morning, we had an amazing speaker, Maryam Sharifi, who is the um, founder and the CEO for the Global Enlightenment Academy. And this morning, she will be providing a progress report. This has been an ongoing project for her. So, with that, Maryam, if you don't mind, give us a little bit of your background for those who will be listening to the recording and not familiar with you and your project, and then go ahead with your presentation.
Good morning, everyone. This is Maryam Sharifi. And thank you, Rainy, for creating this space for us. And I really appreciate you inviting me here. And thank you, Sandra, Omeka, and Patty to be here. And I have gone through this presentation for the last couple of years, at least. And so I'm going to start from the beginning. I am Persian, and I left my hometown at the age of 16 years old. And after I was involved in the arranged marriage. And then obviously this was not something that I really wanted. Not that it had nothing to do with that person. It was just I was not the kind of person that I wanted to get married and have kids and stuff because I was so much into universities. My dream at that time was to go to university and become to medical school and become a cardiologist. So I was very ambitious at that time, and then so life, it was in a way it was a good thing that marriage, gave me a opportunity that I could explore other cultures and leave the country. So I lived in Italy for almost 6 years, and I did not even have my high school diploma when I was there. So I couldn't really get to university without a high school diploma. I had to go back 3 years to get, my diploma. Then they would let me, go to university. But I did study at the Academy of Bell'Art de Da Vinci, and then I studied Italian language, Italian university for language, cinema, literature, and stuff. So I've been in school, but not, traditional. But again, I always wanted to become a cardiologist. So we decided to come in. So I went to California. And since then, California was my hometown, has been my hometown till like a couple of years ago that I moved to Florida. I have one son. He's already married, and that's why he came to Florida, and I've been going back and forth from California to Florida. And then COVID happened, and it was very difficult to travel. Although I was traveling anywhere, there was one time there was only 8 people on the plane. The airport was isolated. It was just like a science fiction movies. And but I've been going like every few months back and forth. And finally, said like, oh, if this is a difficult, we didn't know what's going to happen after COVID. We didn't know if the war is going to end, everybody dies or not. So I said, okay, even though I love California, I have friends, I have established, home and everything, I have life there. And then I packed everything and I came to Florida. It took me about 2 years in Florida to finally accept it that I could make home here. And that's the exciting part that I'm going to share with you today. So I rented an apartment. I still have my home in California. I have my stuff in the storage in California. So I said, okay, let me try it. So for the last couple of years, I was trying to convince myself that, okay, I need to be here. But it was really hard. When you're dealing with these roads, like decisions that you're at the fork, that should I go back to California? Should I stay here? But the reason I came over here because I wanted to be near my only son. I wanted to be a part of his life. And so I've been struggling for the last couple of years. with this. Is this my home? Can I make it here? I had no friends. I had no family except my son here. And it was just very, very difficult. And except my online community, like you guys, and then Nova Goldman, and then Tony Robbins community that I had, because I am in the academy with Tony Robbins as well, and coaching with Tony Robbins community. So if it wasn't because of that, I don't know how would I survive. So the exciting part I'm going to share with you today is that I finally came to grasp the facts and the reality that at this time, at this moment in my life, because my goal is to create this academy, Global Enlightenment Academy. This is my dream, my vision. I'm going to talk about it in just a few minutes. And I knew that Florida is not the place that I want to create my academy. So, but now I finally came to understanding that I can start, that like a pilot project here. So I can start like, the foundation here, like I would have my headquarters here, like something like that. And then from here, I can expand to other places. So when I actually finally came to that understanding and then that decision, then I said, okay, I'm going to look for, hi, Jane. I'm going to look for a place that I could start doing my workshops here in Florida. So it took me a long time, almost over a year, to find the location. So finally, I found the location in January. I closed the escrow. Actually, I closed the escrow end of February. But I chose the home in January. So it took me about 2 months to close the escrow. And it has 4 bedrooms. And I've been, for the last, couple of months, I've been really working hard on it to renovate it. And then I can have a retreat and workshop for 10 people. So people can come and stay at the house, and we will go through the whole, like, 4 days, 5 days workshop. They will be picked up from the airport, taking home all the meals. Everything is going to be the package that I'm going to create is all the meals, everything going to be created. And then it would be, you don't have to worry about that, because everything is based on my own experiences. When I went, I've gone to so many other retreats as well. So what I learned, when you want to transform yourself, if you are dealing with certain things that you want to change in your life, you got to immerse and focus on that issue. Like 10 years ago, at one of these retreats, it was actually in Colorado, I finally came to, I had a breakthrough of finally came to understand and forgive my mom and forgive my ex, because I got divorced at the age of 27. So as soon as I could get to, when I was in California, of course, I was the only first person in my whole entire family and relative that wanted to get divorced. This was not done before. Today is different, but that time it was just not done. So I'm going against the whole culture and nature and everything. It's just like, but deep down, if you really want something, nobody can stop you. If you really, really, really want it, you will receive it, you get it. And that's one of the main issue that I want to point. I want to have at the academy. People be super duper clear about what is it that they want, what's their purpose and meaning in their life. And then after they know that, then we would assist them to get it. Okay, you want to become a doctor. First, figure out if this is really what you want. When you know what you want, then we would have the best, schools, the best instructors, the best tutors to assist you to get what you want. And you don't have to spend 20 years. I've been in school almost like 30 years of my life, all my life, because I didn't have this academy. I didn't have Global Enlightenment Academy. I didn't have a good supportive environment to tell me that what is it that I want. I went to computer school because after I got divorced, I couldn't really I never worked. I couldn't, continue 10 years of medical school. And then at least I thought I wouldn't be able to do it. I had a scholarship and I didn't know, I had no good advisor. So I didn't know that I could actually keep working and going to school. So what I did, I changed my major from that to computer. I graduated top of the class, and then went to work, started working, and then computer industry in those days is completely changed. The industry is just like it was revolutionized. So what I learned at school, because we learned actually to put computers together from scratch, from the chips, it was like, I remember one of the circuits that, that in theory that we were learning, the blackboards that you have or whiteboards, in classrooms, when you start a problem at one left end, the formula goes all the way to the right end. It was that complicated. And there were only two women in that class because they were all guys. And actually, I was first, I was my grade was top of the class. I graduated with honor and everything. But then computer wasn't responding to what I really want. I wanted to become a doctor. So I put myself to business school because I said, okay, when you are working, so you're in a working environment. So if you have a degree in business, so maybe helps you to manage, because I was managing about 35 people and I was the youngest person. So I needed to learn those skills. So I did go to a business school, again, graduated magna cum laude and top of the class, opened my own business, but that wasn't what I wanted. So then in California, I went to San Diego. I said, okay, I wanted to become a doctor. So it doesn't matter if I'm not a traditional doctor, I could become a holistic doctor. So I went to San Diego Holistic School. So I studied there 2 years, but I learned a lot, I mean, it's 5 elements, this completely Eastern philosophy of, looking at the world, looking at everything. It was just amazing. But then again, I didn't want to become a practitioner. I didn't want, like when you go to certain schools, you want to start having clients. I learned about nutrition, but that wasn't the road that I wanted to. So I started exploring more until it was 2018. I started my first self-development, self-mastery journey. So my hero journey, the recent one, started in 2018. And I went to as many seminars that I could. I went and I spent, because before I started that, to back up, to tell you that I was engaged in a relationship because my son got married, moved to Florida. I'm in California. And I was engaged with this guy. And finally, I realized that he was a narcissist. He was very clever. He was very smart. And he hid it for me, for 2.5 years. And absolutely. And he had PTSD. He had so many other problems. And I wasn't aware. I never knew anybody who was so narcissist. I never knew anybody who has PTSD. I studied. I actually took him to some classes, the mindfulness classes and everything. But he was resisting. He didn't want to really get help until I came to and we built a home together. I bought curtains. I bought it because we were going to get married. So and from scratch, got everything from the knives and the forks and everything and the china, everything I prepared. And then I had to break it off because it just wasn't my path. So that, and then losing my son, not losing, but being away from my son that moved to California, moved to Florida, it just kind of created that mindset that I felt that I have no purpose in my life. I felt that, okay, if life is this, I don't want to live anymore. Forget it. This is not worth it. I don't want to be here. So I remember exactly, I was sitting on a couch watching Netflix, mindless, like shows, whatever, which I wasn't really paying attention to, and just stuffing my tummy with the food that I wasn't even hungry for because I was depressed. And then suddenly this thought came to me like, why am I living? I have no purpose in my life. And it's just like, wow, of course, I have some intelligence in back of my mind. So just like that thought, I jump off the couch and say, wow, what's happening to me? This is not me. And then before that, for 2, 3 weeks, I isolated myself in the house. I wasn't working. I was turning down realtor in California. I was turning down clients, and I absolutely had no income. Yeah, I remember that my bank account was overdraft. But even though I was turning down $20,000, $30,000, clients because I just couldn't work anymore. I was depressed. But I didn't want to face, my friends, anybody, because usually I'm the person that I was like, uplifting everybody. I was the one who wanted to encourage everybody. So I didn't want them to see me like that. So the only solution that I had, it was like, okay, let's see if there is something out there. So I started watching. First, I started with the YouTube videos of Tony Robbins, Bob Proctor's, and everything. And then it just said, okay, maybe these people know something. Maybe they can show me a way. So I signed up for 15 months of coaching with Bob Proctor. And then I was so hungry for the knowledge because this was completely different than a traditional schooling that I was going. And then, of course, I didn't have money. I wasn't working. So what I did, I went and I got a loan out of my home. I got a home equity loan, and I paid up. I didn't care because I was going to end my life. I didn't care about the money. So some of those decisions was wrong. I went to so I spent about, like, I remember it was a weekend seminar. I spent $11,000 on that. It was just a weekend. And it's so many things, but it's okay. I'm not regretting it because that was the path I had to take. And then until, like, when I was learning the science of self-development and self-mastery with and Bob Proctor, things kind of started, changing. And I met Noah Goldman. I met Mark Santos, that is a dearest friend of mine. Till today, I've been masterminding with him for almost 8 years now. And then I started exploring other area in my vision. My vision is to create an academy, but this is not just a regular academy, another educational, system. This is an alternative academy that that based on everything that I learned in my life, I am creating a space for it. And the academy would be in an outdoor area, like on a ranch kind of area, like out nature. Classroom would be outdoor classroom. As much as we can, I wanted people to connect with nature because that's something that you'll be missing. And I believe that our it's a dangerous to our health and our mental health and our physical health and our children not being connected. Everybody is living in a box, watching the box, you know, getting in the car in the box, and then it's just we are so, and then our homes are, we're getting rid of the trees and we're creating boxes. So it's really unhealthy. So that was a major thing. I wanted to create an academy. If you see behind me, with trees and all, like nature around. And about a few years ago, I came to another, going through this seminar stuff. Uh, they call it the Venus Project. This concept of a housing of a dome homes that you see behind me, it has been proven that is actually safer. It would withstand, fire. Like we have so many fires, in California. We have earthquake. We have all these natural disaster, hurricane and stuff. These dome homes, the material already exists, and it could actually be much safer housing for people. So after I learned that, I changed my plan as far as the student housing and guest housing on the academy and campus into the dome homes. So until about 2019, at the end of 2019, after I went to my first firewalks with Tony Robbins, I decided for the first time to present whatever was in my mind as far as the academy and everything, my vision, talk about it for the first time. At that time, I didn't have the nonprofit. I didn't have anything. It was just an idea. But the decision, sometimes the decision we make in our life, it would change our path. And I had to pay a whole lot of money to be on the stage, sharing the stage, with celebrities. So there were a lot of celebrities. I don't have the picture to show you, but I did show you before. And then that was in Anaheim, California. I was finally on a stage in front of 3,500 people from 87 different countries. And then for the first time, I talk about Global Enlightenment Academy. It was the scariest thing that I did, but going through, like 2 years of, like self-mastery, walking on fire just about a few months before that, it gave me courage that I must do this. If I don't do this, this is never going to be born. It's just like, when you are giving, as a mother, as a woman, if you are a mom, giving birth to a new being, to new thing. I gave birth on that stage to Global Enlightenment Academy. And since then, I never stopped. And 2021, I formed a nonprofit organization. So now is actually 501c, and people can donate and can get, tax credit for it and everything. It's already been established. It took me a year and a half to create the website because people were not understanding the vision. I cried so many times. People were just not getting it. They create something. I said, no, this is not it. This is not what I want to present. And just to give you the pain, because nothing is straightforward and all good. There is a lot of pain involved. But 3 months ago, I was going to change the hosting of the website because people who created it say, okay, we created it, now it's yours. Do whatever you want to do with it. I don't know nothing about the website. So I reached out to a friend and then we were going to, transfer it to a new hosting. The website was gone, destroyed, gone. Oh my God, I work and I spent a lot of money on it. And it was just like, imagine like the pain you go through. Like, this is my baby. And finally, 2 days ago, they were able to bring it back, found it somewhere, back up somewhere, and they brought it back. So those are the saying, like the pain you go through. The pain of this project that I got this home. I get up 5 a.m. I'm not an early person. I never get up 5 a.m. Usually 7, maybe 7:30, 8. Because this project is, as soon as I get up, I'm starting working. All my joints are hurting. All my body is hurting. I've never been so exhausted in my life. And then dealing with people that it was, when you're starting something, a path, imagine you're going on this journey, the hero's journey. You're all by yourself. And I have been solo, on by myself. If I had a team, this was a breeze, but I didn't. I'm in a new city, new environment. I don't have connections yet. I am creating connections. So I had no choice to do everything by myself. And then the pain of going through all of this, if I didn't have this is kind of a lesson that I learned. If I didn't have this, what they call it, conviction and this desire and this purpose and meaning into Global Enlightenment Academy, no one wanted to go through this. I wouldn't even, suggest it to anyone because it is painful process. But it's worth it because I know I am creating something. As soon as, this house is going to be ready and I would have my first retreat, all the pain is going to be forgotten. But believe me, cry comes with it. I cried. Things go wrong, I hired because I didn't know California. I'm a realtor. I have so many contacts. I know contractors, I know handymans, I know this, I know that. Here, I didn't know, so I had to start with new people. This contractor destroyed my cabinets. I have no choice to accept it. But that was another thing that sometimes acceptance, it is what it is. This is what I kept telling myself. This is my mantra. Every day I get up. It is what it is. I can't change it. It happened. Obviously, I'm not going to work with her. So I had to find another person. So far, I've been going to 3, 4, 5 people to find, like an expert to start building a relationship with them. So what I like to talk to you today actually is I think I have maybe 2 more weeks to completely furnish the place. The furniture is coming on April 1st, and then I can do the photography and then put it, on the listing. Everything will be ready. Then it's ready for the workshops. So here, for all of you that are here, your coaches, your instructors, your experts in whatever field that you are, I created this space, physical space that we could have workshops and retreats. And then the package that I'm putting together, which also would be one way I can create a fund for the nonprofit. It would be combined, with the packages that I'm doing. And so anybody who's interested to be one of the instructors, anybody who likes to be a part of this journey of the Global Enlightenment Academy, and as anything can anything you could do as a volunteer, as an instructor, as a teacher, as a friend, as someone who has whatever expertise that you have, you would have a space here. Because the workshop that I'm putting together, we're going to start with the breathing. So I'm going to need someone who's expert in teaching us how to do breathing and do some physical Tai Chi and Qigong or yoga before even have our workshop start, before the beginning of the workshop. The workshop would be probably 6 hours or 8 hours. And then at the end of the night, we go again, do the breathing and then some meditations to close the nights. And then we start again next day and next day. At the last day, evening, we all going to go and to the beach, and we're going to have a dining out, and then walking on the beach. And it would just be free to celebrate, our workshop. For people who are interested to stay and take it as a vacation as well, they can add, days to the workshop. The workshop could be maybe 4 or 5 days. And as soon as I have the package together, I will definitely send it to you guys that you can you decide if this is something that you like to do, be either a part of it as a performers or you want to attend it. Our first workshop, it would be on the leadership basis, because first we need to prepare our leaders and prepare our teachers. And then the teachers would teach other students. In this first workshop, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Joy Griffin. She's in Bellingham. And she came up with this new concept of this. I can't explain it. She has to really, explain it herself, but she's a scientist and she wants to teach it to other leaders and other coaches. Then the coaches be certified that they can teach this concept to other people. And you can apply it into your business. You can apply it into politics. You can apply it in anything, in parenting, after what she's teaching. And one of the things that she's teaching is everything we all know is the mindset. How are we going to flip the switch from pain to joy? So she actually created this course of switching the joy, flipping the joy switch. And it's a 5 concept that, she would teach us. And it's so easy that, we could teach it to our children, our teenagers, anybody who actually needs to be there. I wish I knew these techniques when I was going through that painful process. I didn't know. Nobody taught me anything of this. Now I know. So that would be our first retreat. And then after that, I am open to schedule any retreat, any workshops, and any way that you guys want to go. Like I know that Sandra is already coaching, so perhaps there is something we can put together. And in California, I have already been doing for the last decade or 2 decades. I invite speakers, and then we do like a 1 day workshops. And the last one that I did, it was like before COVID in California. So I had one of my teacher, the instructor at the holistic school. I hired him to come and teach. And then I always support entrepreneurs. And I had 14 different entrepreneurs from different fields, health and wellness and coaching and this and that. As a vendor, they set up table and they were just like promoting their businesses. And I gave them even space, into our presentation that they can present for 5 minutes their business. So it's just like always wanted to support entrepreneur and small business workshops, especially women. And I'm going to continue doing that. This academy is still going to be, because I am a woman coming from a woman experience, the pain we're going through, that you are coming first. First, you have the space and then the rest. And the children are very dear to me. I am actually putting together some program for like a summer camp, day camp, things like that. And another thing that, at our campus are very passionate about, and I'm going to create in this home that I have, it has a lot of land around, and I'm going to actually create a little mini version of it. We're going to have organic farm, and we're going to have planting trees. So we'll have some kind of like an event, and tree planting, and also animal rescue. I have some other organization that I would collaborate with to do animal rescue, because I think there are a lot of animals that are really suffering. It could be pets, could be horses, horses if they don't race, because in California they do horse racing. And if the horses cannot race anymore, they put them to sleep. So those are the things that, we want to know. And there are a lot of good people doing good things already. So it's just, my goal is to bring them and collaborate together. I had just about a few weeks ago, right here locally, I had a meeting with another nonprofit organization that they teaching autist, children, and with the help of horses. So it's just like amazing what they do, and combining it. So that's something that we can collaborate and do together. And so I would put, because I can't present it right now on the screen, I will put my information in the chat group, and please reach out to me. I need all of your helps. It takes a village to create this. It's not one person's job. I have already started it. I am going to do it. This is the purpose of my life. But it would be much easier and more joyful if I have other people joining. To me, is in giving, you always receive. That's the first lesson I learned from Bob Proctor. And I am right now reaching out to you and waiting for people to hold my hand and help me. It's not about just financial. It's about, like sometimes, two minds, work better than one. And there are a lot of things that needs to be done here right now. If you guys know anybody who is expert in fundraising, please connect me with. If you know anybody who is good at social media marketing, please connect me with. If anybody knows how to put together a business plan, or they call it a pitch deck, that's what I need to create before I go to people with the big money to start raising money for it. because the idea is that I'm going to create a headquarters here, but the land and where I'm going to store is not necessarily in Florida. It could be anywhere else, you know, wherever I can, find. Joy has some ideas, like in California, north of California. There are some like in what's it? Not San Jose, Santa Cruz. Santa Cruz area, there are a lot of lands over there. And there are a lot of good people that are actually doing good things that I can, join with.
Mhm.
So I wanted to thank you for again giving me this opportunity and this space to be here. And I'm looking forward to connect with each and every one of you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Maryam. What a wonderful project. I know you've been at it for several years now. What a huge project and a huge heart to want to do something like this. But it does give you a purpose. It's just an amazing purpose. Love it. Sandra had to leave early, so she just left. But
Right.
she loves it and she want to be involved with it. She said would be perfect for me. Oh, okay, it's as far away, but anyway. So, but at least she's interested. Given the if it's not a physical location, I guess that's probably what she meant. Let's just open it up. Anybody have any questions for Marianne? Patty, hi, Patty. I don't know. We met before. I saw your name. I tell us a little bit about yourself.
I've been on a few of the shows. I haven't presented, but I have heard several of the speakers, Gaz and Jane, and oh, I don't
Yeah,
know. So nice to be here today with you, Miriam. And I met you once through Noble Goldman, if you remember me. So anyway, I thought I would pop in because I didn't know exactly what your Enlightening Academy was all about, and I definitely know more and feel a lot your passion. I really felt it when you said, if you really want something, you can achieve it. And you said that with such power that I've heard that phrase before, but it landed. So thank you.
yeah. That's such it's really amazing of the power of intention, isn't it? Not
Mm,
just intention, but it's like this strong conviction. It's a
yeah,
conviction,
yeah. And
passion.
I'll reach out to you. I'm interested in the whole retreat model that you're putting together. So I'll reach out to you when you put your info in the chat.
Awesome.
Cool. And Marianne, feel free to post on the coffee club chat also
Yes.
your
Yes. I'll do that.
information so people could connect with you. So,
Probably
Kathleen,
I would do it there. I would do it there because right now I don't want to, stop because I'm on my phone. I would do it there. I would send all my information there. And yeah, please join me. Yeah, it was good
yeah,
seeing you again, Patty. I'm glad you're here.
yes. Kathleen, go ahead. I know you put some comment.
Yeah, I love your idea and I love your determination. And it really sounds right up my alley. I'd love to be involved, whether it's teaching yoga or breath work, or I'm actually going back to school starting Monday for Ayurveda. So I could certainly help people health-wise through Ayurveda eventually, not right now, but right now I could do breath work or yoga. Um, I just am fascinated and really inspired by the determination. Thank you, Miriam,
Yeah,
for the presentation.
thank you, Kathleen. It's good to see you. Jane, are you there? Jane has such a ta with talent with this is astrology stuff. So, Jane, go ahead.
Hi. Sorry, I'm just kind of working today on some house stuff. Hi, Miriam. It's so good to see you. My goodness. Miriam and I are old buddies with Noble Goldman and our classes with Walter,
Yeah.
so meaningful, right?
Yeah.
Um, so I think it's so exciting what you're doing. Is it primarily um, the type of schooling, the academy that you have to be present physically, or is it live and online, virtual?
Well, that's a great question. And everybody is telling me that today days, everybody puts courses online. Personally, I believe in person because my own experience, I've been online teaching, I've begun taking classes online, I've taken in
Right.
when you are immersive, when you immerse yourself into an environment from morning, from since you wake up to you go to bed, is completely different.
Oh,
We're
sure.
talking about transformation because the online courses was about decade or 2 decades ago when we were in era of information. Now we have the information. We need transformation. The
Yes.
information is abundance of information out there. Anybody can go and get information. Everybody has something to teach, which is good, all good. Actually, we
Right.
evolved. But
Right.
now we need transformation. Okay, we got all this information. How are we going to apply it? The application of it, implementation of this wonderful information is the key. And that's only takes, to me, in person. So it's completely because I've been, Nova Goldman. I've been masterminding with Nova Goldman and Mark and others, for almost like 8 years. Last year in January, for the first time, we met in person in Sedona. We had a retreat in Sedona.
Oh, wow.
And a group of few of us, not everybody met, we had a few come from Europe, we had come from other places,
Yeah.
and Canada and everybody. That week, maybe it was 5 days, we quantum leaped into our relationships together. It was completely different. That was the first time that I actually understood what joy is teaching. Because we were just like, okay, in and out of, we were doing breath work, we were doing other things. And then late at night, we are having conversations, we do this. It was just transformation, kind of a week. That's what I'd like to have at our academy. It could be 3 days, it could be 5 days, it could be a week, it could be a month. I don't care, depending on the
Right.
courses, depending on the students. But that's saying that to get that, because I don't have the location except this house that I'm going to do the retreat. We don't have the physical campus. We are going to, offer some of these courses online as well. But online, it wouldn't be go and study it yourself. It would be still live.
Right.
Because
Right.
that
I
would
get
be a
that.
little bit closer to what we wanted to accomplish. So it would be live, people do their homework and everything and come together. Like we were doing the masterminding and teaching, like what we did with Walter, we would still offer some of this online until
Right.
we have the campus.
Yeah, absolutely. And as you probably know, Tony Robbins is doing the same thing. Simultaneously, he has his live face-to-face conferences, and then he's got I did last fall, I did a 3-day session with him, and it was marvelous, just marvelous. Yeah. So I know exactly what you're saying. If you had to put a timeline on it, what would be like the best guess as to maybe when you might be starting?
Oh, we already started.
But I mean, as
but
far
but
as
as for courses, I have one instructor right now. We actually had a meeting then last week. He already put his in Greece. He already put a course together because since he's in Greece, his teaching would be online. And I have 3 courses that already available that we could actually, start, putting together and teaching it. I could put it on a website because website was under construction. I couldn't. And then right now is available the website. You could go and check it. And we're going to develop more courses. And with all of you guys, let's say you got something to teach, reach out to me. You have so much knowledge, Jane. take it, you know,
Yes.
like make it a course, you know, and we can assist you, we can help you to put
Yeah,
it
no,
together.
I'm very interested,
Yeah.
Miriam. I'm very interested, and I'm so thrilled that you're forging ahead and doing this, because it is you know, it's within you. I think it starts from your toes and it goes all the way up to your brain. You know, you're so immersed in it, and it's beautiful, and I'm so glad to see you and see that you're in good working form. Yay.
Thank you.
It's exciting. Thank you, Jane.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, thank you.
Lachelle, are you available to talk, or are you working?
I am working, and I have an eye issue, so I'm not going to come off camera, but I love your passion, Miriam. It's so fun. And I was involved in a consortium of coaches that she was doing a sort of a thing where she had people, it was a subscription. So, and one of the things, so what everybody would pay like a certain amount a month, and then everybody had to do a course or some kind of work, and so it was like a community of coaches. And I was just thinking about that as Jane was asking her questions. And so one of the things that for your protection and for the protection of the Enlightenment Academy, you may want to be really, and I remember it was right when I first started coaching, so I was kind of like, wow, I was signing all these legal documents, blah 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 blah, but it was actually powerful for her, the person who started it, to protect her and her assets, because there were some people who turned into princesses. So that's the only thing that it just came up when Jane was asking her questions. So make sure you have the right people protecting you, not that it's all about legal stuff, but you may want to just consider that, or talk to the right attorneys to make sure that it's like fair balance. And I keep thinking too about what one of my coaches has been talking about, fair exchange. And I've been in a lot of things where it seems like you're doing a lot of the work. And so make sure that there's like a fair exchange between the community, the people who are part of the community, the teachers, and also the you as the creator slash idea inspiring person. So anyways, and also as Jane was talking about Tony Robbins, I was thinking too that sometimes, like exactly like Tony and with other coaches, it's the people who are doing the work that have shown online. It's kind of almost like the online stuff is kind of a filter, if you will, to make sure that the people who are in person are the right people. Because I've been to events before where they're like everyone's supposed to be on the same level, and you bring in some really unregulated energy, and it really screws up the experience for other people, because the people who came weren't in the right place already, if that makes sense. So just a couple of things, but I'm really excited about it. I love your passion, and I love that it's coming together. The other thing I was thinking as you were talking, I think sometimes that we see the vision, and it takes longer than what we would like it to happen. But what if it's exactly the right time? What if all of this stuff and all of the learning that you're having between your idea and the coming to, to live, is exactly the time that you needed, that website needed to go away for some reason, that the inside you was something that needed to grow or make some other connections, and also make it so it's not so, I don't know why this just came up, but it's funny. I remember as in my 20s, I thought, oh yeah, having a baby is an easy thing. And I've now had people, I have some very, very, very good friends who had to go through IVF and all these other crazy, horrible journeys to have a baby. And guess what? It's a miracle. And just like for each of us, our businesses are miracles. And so maybe that struggle that you've had has made this baby, you love it even more, and be able to say, yeah, I want that, or no, I don't want that. So anyways, hopefully whatever that helps you. But I know it's kind of random, but I just felt like that was what I was supposed to share with you. So thank you so much. I really love your passion.
Thank you so much. You brought up a lot of good points, and yes, although I don't want to be naive, there are two things I do believe: that when you have a good energy, when you're attracting exact right people. You're attracting who you want or who you are. So so far, knocking on the wood, I had no problem with this. But not being naive and protecting ourselves for the future, you're absolutely right. And I'm having, this question that is there any possibility that you could send me some whatever contracts that you signed up for other people, if you could somehow give me some content that I can work with, and that would be one thing. And
I will look to see if I have them. I'm not sure because I actually lost a computer between then and now.
okay.
And I think those may have been on that other computer, but I'll look around and see if I can find something.
That's great. Thank you, Lachelle. Maybe you can connect
next,
offline. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the next step. And another thing I wanted to add to our instructor, they're going to be tested, of course. And they are going to be, if they want to be instructor at the academy, they need to be a part of the community. So people who need to show themselves, that they are a leader in the community and they taking an initiative, they're actually doing something, and I have a membership, since I don't have my presentation, I have a membership. It's a very little membership, fees like $25 a month, just to be a member of the community. And then you need to be a member of community before you become an instructor for the academy. And that's how we can get to know each other. That's how we can weed out people that they don't belong. When we are doing masterminding together, when members come together, then who belongs, who doesn't belong.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Lachelle. Hope your eyes get better soon. And we're almost at 8 o'clock, but I know we have Arlene and Omeka who haven't had the chance to say something. So go ahead, Arlene.
Hi. Good to see
Hello.
you guys. It's been
Good
a
to see you.
while. Congratulations on starting your academy, your global enlightenment. I just wanted to congratulate you, tell you that we support you through and through. And I love what you said about coming together one-on-one. You get to feel the other person's heart. You get to experience the person. You get to feel their vibe. And there's no competition. There's no comparison to one-on-one, that interaction. Online is great and we use it because it's a useful tool, but I love what you said about truly connecting. I mean, there really is no substitute. So congratulations. Let's keep going. And congrats to you too, Rennie. Great day. Great event.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Arlene. Glad to have you here. Omeka, yay.
Yeah. Hey. It's all good. Yeah, I was from the first time I heard you talk about it. It's something that resonates with me still. And yeah, it's exciting. And yeah, just watching people's lives unfold. And there's many paths to many places, which could be seen as the same place, yeah, there's those of us that want community and love and peace and sustainability and self-sufficiency and living together and yeah, absolutely teaching the truth, learning our bodies and taking care of the earth and yeah, growing food and yeah, all of that. So love it, still love it. Over here with mom, see if I can tap in. I need to focus, but the heart is there the whole time. Yeah. So yeah, I love the retreat situation. So we'll have to stay connected on that because yeah, that's my taking care of myself. Being in community and going within at the same time, at least once a year. But we're gonna work on every 4 months in a minute. So yeah, give thanks. Good
Thank
to
you,
see everyone.
Omeka, for your
Enjoy your
feedback.
day.
Yeah, we already passed 8 o'clock here. We're at 8 o'clock right now. So Maryam, thank you again for sharing your vision and your project, giving us an update on the progress. It's been amazing progress from the last time we talked to you. Even though you didn't have internet, you can use your phone. Look at this, doing the presentation on the fly without any slides or anything. Appreciate having you here. I'm going to turn it back to you for some closing remarks. Just want to remind everyone that next week it's a presentation by Dr. Janet Burr, and the topic is compassionate leadership. So, Marianne, that's a great topic for your academy. But with that, go ahead, Marianne, to help us to close this meeting.
I wanted to thank you, each and every one of you, to be here. And then that's it. So we're going to talk again. We're going to be back here. We are, in a way, another community here. And I would put my information in the chat. The website is right now active. You can go and check it out. And then just reach out to me. I am right now super busy, but that's okay. I'll make time that we could have one-on-one, maybe even on the phone, or Zoom, and to start the conversations. And one thing that I wanted just to add, it was as a woman, we are goddesses. And the goddesses also are beautiful. The beauty is a part of being a woman. And I did own in the past a day spa. So I am actually, when I have the campus, one part of it would be a day spa that people can come and get pampered. And in my events that I had in the past, even in my seminars, I had a massage therapist there, and I had this chair. The people between, the meetings, when we had breaks, they would come and get massages. So
that's awesome.
Beauty and wellness and health, this is all like connected.
Thank you, Marianne, and congratulations. What an accomplishment. And thank you, all of you, for being here, being present, and for all your contribution. Hope to see you back here again next week. Compassionate Leadership by Dr. Janet Burr. So with that, have a great week. Have a great weekend. See you, everyone. Goodbye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye. Thank you.